Hey guys! So this is my first Wild Secrets Education Series episode where I'm actually bringing someone else on, and there's a really good reason for that. We're going to be talking about a toy or toys and sexual experiences related to being trans.
I'm Jasper, I use they, them, and I'm a local kinkster, sex worker.
Performer, don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, I'm performer.
What?
I'm just a silly little guy.
Just a silly little guy.
Who is hot on the internet. I've been on HRT, specifically testosterone, nearly 2 years. AFAB, but not overly bothered. At this point, I've hit a point in my transition where I'm very comfortable where I am now that I've had top surgery and stuff, so yeah.
We want to talk broadly about how bodies do change and how we don't really talk about that enough, and we don't recognise the different emotional and sexual needs that people might have going through transition.
Everyone is so different.
Before we even get into lived experience of that, we might want to talk a little bit about bottom growth and what that is. When trans mass people take testosterone, one effect is that the clitoris grows in size. This is called bottom growth. It usually grows a few centimeters, enough to be more noticeable and sometimes visible outside the labia. It happens because testosterone is the same hormone that causes penile growth in puberty. Along with size, sensitivity often changes. Some people find it brings more pleasure, some find it uncomfortable, and it can take time to get used to. Not everyone on testosterone gets the same amount of growth, and experiences vary a lot.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's pretty accurate?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's ask a couple of more personal questions. You ready?
Yes.
Cool. How has bottom growth affected your relationship with your body?
I initially thought I was going to hate bottom growth.
Yeah.
And then it happened and I was like, oh, I actually quite like you. Okay, you could stay.
Amazing!
But the sensitivity increase was huge. To the point where, like I said earlier, it's almost uncomfortable initially. Yeah. Like for me personally, got mine pierced and that helped to reduce sensitivity. So now that's made it a lot easier for me.
Are there things you enjoy sexually now that you didn't before?
Yeah, technically I guess. Like I'm a lot more comfortable with vaginal play and stuff now.
Yeah.
Because of bottom growth. Because it's like, with my own like non-binary experiences, ideally if I could have both I would.
Yeah.
That would be my ideal, but unfortunately we're just not really at a point where we can do that.
We're not there yet.
It's so expensive. So being able to have that bottom growth, it's like, you know what?
Yeah, you kind of do have both. It's kind of when people are referring to your body or referring to you, referring to your genitals, do you have a preference for what people call it or call you or etc.?
It's like very, very different for everybody. Not everyone's going to be comfortable with the same things. I personally am comfortable with like pretty standard like colloquial stuff. Like that doesn't personally bother me. What does bother me is when people refer to it as a boy pussy, because then that feels like it's fetishizing my gender. And basically, if you're not someone else who is trans themselves, you don't get that privilege. For me personally, like you don't have the lived experience, so you're not allowed to fetishize that. But again, that is my own personal thing. I use it more as a joking term, but I know that some people like really love it, some people really hate it. Like referring to bottom growth as like T-dick or clit dick, I think it's great. Like yeah, it is. Sweet. Like but not everyone will like that. It is so different across the board.
How do you feel about someone just straight up, unrelated from T, anything, calling your genitals a cock?
It actually spins me out mildly.
Does it?
I'm like, yes, but like, no. It isn't typically used, so it will mainly catch me off guard, if anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not against it, I'm more just like, I mean, sure. Like,
I mean, true.
I'm not mad.
Okay, this is such an important question. Do you feel trans masked sexuality is represented enough in media/adult content?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Literally not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
There are, like, I can count on one hand the amount of creators that I know of that are trans mask. But even then, it's so niche and so dialed in that, like, for me personally, because I have a lot of bottom growth and a lot of level minora, I don't see that in porn. Like, I haven't seen my own body in that way. like, you still only get the photogenic, the AFAB beauty standards for porn still kick in.
Yeah. Yes.
Even when you are trans mask.
Obviously, this is not T specific, but it bleeds into everything.
Oh, 100%.
So my whole sexuality, people say like, oh, you have a porn star pussy. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I remember, like, even as a teenager for myself, like, I always got, oh, it's a freaking ham sandwich.
Ham sandwich, I know.
And then, like, roast beef and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
weird. Why
are you so obsessed with my genitalia?
Yeah, why do you have these
like,
weird, like, you're just outing yourself as, like,
exactly.
not knowing that normal bodies have normal variations.
Exactly. Like, for so long, because I didn't see my own body in porn, I thought that I was the weirdo.
Yeah.
Like, because, yeah, you only see a very particular type of thing. Like, you don't get that diversity.
It disadvantages everyone, truly.
We basically sit at the two ends of that spectrum.
Yes.
Yeah. You're now just, like, weirdly almost fetishizing a part of me that's just something that I have.
Yeah, like just let people exist and just have bodies. Like just let people have bodies. Exist. I think this is sort of a question for me, especially being someone in porn. How should we be bringing more T-folk into porn? Do you think that a realistic maybe way of doing it would be bringing the same way that we've done with trans femme people, which is sort of like we only allowed them to really be a fetish at first, allowed them, the consumers only allowed them to be a fetish at first, right? And then they sort of opened more into mainstream porn. And whether or not I think that that's obviously I don't feel that that's ethical, but I also recognise as minorities, sometimes we kind of have to get into things any way we can, right? And then we have to make our own space.
I think it's slowly happening with trans mask people, but it's definitely the handful that you do find in, like, mainstream porn highly fetishized.
Yeah.
Like, you see a lot of basically, watch me absolutely destroy this boy pussy. Like you don't really get much outside of that, really. Still that. So I think there's definitely a long way to go, but we've definitely made a lot more progress compared to, like, a few years ago. A few years ago, you wouldn't have been able to find us in mainstream porn.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really tricky trying to find people in the community and, like, asking around, asking who you can book, because I can almost guarantee you, if you're in the scene and stuff and looking for, you know, actors within the trans mask realm, you'll find us. You just need to ask. Community will always be there. It's just knowing the right people to sort of find that initially, but that's tricky.
Yeah, it definitely is tricky, but I think that's why it's so important for people in every position possible, but especially people who bridge, like myself, people who bridge communities. We can slide in and fit into the more mainstream scenarios that bridge between those people who are
important.
And as much as I don't ever feel like work is necessarily on someone's shoulders, that they have to do something because everyone's just trying their best, I do feel that in an ideal world, you should. I don't think you have to, I think you should.
Basically just, like, uplifting the fact that, you know, we do exist.
Yeah.
And, like, being able to, you know, be that bridging moment and highlight, you know, transparencies and stuff like that is huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it means a lot more than I think a lot of people realise as well.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise we just slip under the radar.
Just not saying anything is not good enough. You know, we need to carry that into
100%.
everyone. Is using your privilege and repackaging it to support other people. That's, like, so important.
Because not acknowledging the fact that you have privilege in itself is already a huge privilege.
Yes.
If I've got visibility without protection, that's just a tug on my back. You know, there's only so much that I can do as freely as someone who can present a lot more, like, you know, like, stereotypical, like, the normal mainstream bullshit. And I hate that that's the way, but unfortunately that is the way of the world at the moment. Yeah, so, it just is what it is. Yeah. We have to keep trying to push forward, but also we need to look at what's around us now. And I could talk about that. I could talk about that all day. We clearly need more trans mass people in adult content. Yeah, absolutely. And in influencing, in fucking in media. I mean, if the algorithm could stop squashing us, that would be amazing.
Okay, so we're going to do a demonstration now. Ooh, and
Mm.
we're going to do high communication focused demonstration where Jasper is sort of going to talk me through and show me physically, hopefully, about how things feel, how things could feel better, and play with a toy that we've been sent from Wild Secrets. Here is our little toy. Isn't it cute?
I love
you
that.
might like it because it's really vibrant.
I think that is so bright.
I thought, because I thought it might be a little bit different.
I love that. It's nice. It's different. It's unusual.
Unusual. Yes. So this is a stroker. What would you...
I was gonna say stroker is probably the best word for it.
Just a stroker? Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of times that I wish, like, I don't get penis envy very often, but sometimes you go to toy stores of the adult variety and you're like, fuck, I just wish I could stick my dick in that.
No, you can't! So this is just like the same as like a male stroker, but it's just, of course, made specifically for T-folk that have bottom growth, which is so exciting.
And as a side note, people who may have more anatomy but aren't necessarily trans can still use these.
True,
Like,
great point.
absolutely.
Yes.
You don't have to be trans to use it.
Yes.
It's, yeah.
So excited! Ah, it's like so soft and nice.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Look, it's so aesthetically pleasing. It looks a lot
Ooh.
like the giant butt plugs I have. Like it's
I was gonna say, it
but
looks
it's
like
soft, feel it. It's so much softer.
Oh.
Yes, I told you! It's softer than you think it is when you
Oh,
look
that's
at it.
so nice.
It's like jelly
I was gonna
almost.
say,
It's
that's
like
like-
very, yes.
Because I've used some in the past from different brands that have been quite rigid and don't necessarily work with my anatomy.
Fair, yes.
I've got more labia minora, which means it's difficult to make a suction with something that's more
Yes.
rigid.
Yeah. Something I'm interested in, and it's one of the reasons I'm so excited about it, is I feel like, actually let me say my view and then you
Yeah.
can respond, because in my head I'm like, it's very versatile because you can actually squish this enough that you can actually feel. Do you see what I'm saying? So
I
you
think
could
what you're
feel, I could feel you
Ooh.
inside there, and you could move in this way. You could use like more suction or like less suction. And you could also do like a regular like stroker motion, especially because we're talking about people who often have like really high sensitivity levels. Just putting my hands in there, there's like so much going on, it's so direct. But this plus lube gives you that distance that you can still be really hands-on
Yeah.
and feel like really connected in
And
that
still
way.
feel very intimate
Yes.
without being too overstimulated.
So I'm gonna get like a wand to bring because I think that'll be really, really fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
I know, isn't it?
You need to take that back or I won't be able to talk.
I wonder if
I really
can do
hope
it.
that's
Okay, are we ready?